Welcome everybody back. Welcome everybody back to the channel. Happy Halloween. Well, it's kind of pre-Halloween. We're gonna have some talk today. We're gonna talk about some car stuff, but I'm in a little bit of the festivities. I'm gonna wait for some of you guys to tap in. No one's actually on the live yet. But as you guys tap in, I really appreciate you guys. As you guys come in, please hit that like button. Really would appreciate it. Your boy Boost voice wasn't the most amazing in the last 2, 3 weeks. But as you guys come in, definitely hit the like button. I really appreciate you guys. Once we get about 10 people in, we will start. We will start this actual live. But I really appreciate you guys for always showing your guys support so much. All right. So otherwise than that, I'm gonna just wait for some of you guys to come in. I'm gonna put the comment section up right here. Comment section is up. All right, cool. Comment section is up. So, guys, you guys come in, and as you guys get those notifications, please come in and hit that like button. But, anyways, for the time being, I'm going to have the intro on repeat for a little while because I got to wait till at least 10 of you guys came in. Oh, 10 of you guys came in. So, I got my 10 strong right now. We're going to rock out with these 10 live subscribers. So, you guys, you know what to do. Let's get into it. Let's hit that intro.
Welcome everybody back to boostinmotion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you.
Welcome everybody back. Welcome everybody back to the channel. So this will be a live. Yes, I am live with you guys on this Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Some of you guys are lit in California, so it's gonna be a slightly different time. I'm not gonna be wearing no mask the whole time, but I'm just, just rocking out with the festivities. And this mask actually lights up a little bit too, which is actually pretty cool. Got a little bit of lights and everything to it, but the battery's running a little bit low. But once again, as you guys tap in, if you're watching live right now, please hit the like button, guys. Please, I would really appreciate it. We're gonna be rocking out, talking a little bit tonight about just talking about updates with the Nissan Z, Q50, Q60 platform, and anything else that deals with cars. Let me know if the audio is good. Definitely write that in the comments. But much love. I appreciate you guys for showing your support. Stinky, much love, Stinky. Let me just go to the comment section real quick. Shout out to you, man. What's going on? What's going on, Solitaire? Really appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in with your boy Boost. Also, Stinky, what's going on, man? Really appreciate it. Thank you for always commenting too, man. I know you comment a lot on a lot of my videos, and I really appreciate you always for showing your support too. Much love, much love. So as you guys tap in, I'm here to answer any questions you got. But until you guys start writing those questions down, I'm going to just jump right into it and just talk about all the crazy stuff that has been happening all month. Pretty much, October was the month or the most changes that ever happened to the Nissan Z, and we knew what was going to happen. We knew what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We knew that because we know the VR30 platform. We knew that the Nissan Z was going to come in and just take over. We knew that AMS was going to do the typical E85, get into 10s, go turbos, go 9s. They already knew what could happen. And guess what? They did it. Period. So shout out to the whole AMS family. Really appreciate y'all. Anyways, so I just wanted to be cute a little bit with this little mask on and everything like that. But we got to start getting cooking. Ooh. Anyways, so let's jump right into it, guys. Shout out to everybody on a Sunday evening, and we're gonna answer some of these guys' questions. Faster Johnson says, also, pardon me, guys, I am getting over whatever sickness I had. I had lost my voice. Well, I lost my voice like about a week and a half ago. I was sick, then my voice got better, everything got better, and then over the weekend I lost my voice again. So I lost my voice twice in 2 weeks. Super weird. Anyways, the audio was good. I have a question. My hood was done. And it's aluminum hood. They saying that you can't repair that hood. You can repair aluminum hood, but it depends. If you have like a G, most of the time a hood is actually easier to replace rather than to repair it because remember it's aluminum hood, so it's gonna be kind of hard for them to get the perfect curvature, like to get the line proper, like the curvature of the actual hood. So it might just be cheaper just to buy the hood third party from a dismantler or a scrapper or something like that, and they could just repaint it. Or if you really want, this might be a time that you want to go with a carbon fiber hood. Solitaire, you kind of sound under the weather. Yes, as I said, yes. I'm actually getting my voice back today. I lost it last night. And I lost it about 2 weeks ago too. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Stinky. Much brother. Much love. Boost, remember me? I ran 12.6 at 6K above sea level. Yes, I remember you. Yes, I definitely remember you. I put E30 and ran 11.89 at 115, beating my friend's 2018 Hellcat, where he ran 11.92. Shout out to the E30 because I remember you getting tuned by Matt. I remember you getting tuned by Racebox. So that sea level is still killing you, but it's that trap speed because usually E30 cars should be trapping a little higher than that, but I guess because of the 6K above sea level is really killing you. But once again, 11.2, but I bet you he ran about 11.92, but I bet you his trap speed was like a lot, really a lot higher, Matt. I remember, Matt. I remember you had a Q50. Kind of unrelated, but I'm 21 and having a child soon. Any advice besides work, 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 money, 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 money? Solitaire, I really appreciate you for asking that. I am in my mid 30s. I don't have any children, right? Most of my friends have so some of my friends have children. I'm amongst mostly men who have children and families and stuff like that. So what advice would I give you for work, 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 money, money, money? Well, if you're gonna have a child, let's keep it 100 with you. Like if you're gonna have a child, are you gonna be living with are you married? Are you gonna be a cohabitation situation with you and your partner? You know what I'm saying? Or your woman or your girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this something that's gonna be part of your life, your lifestyle, or maybe even your religion? Like you gotta really sit there, think solitaire, like is that really going to align with your lifestyle? Because I mean, to be honest with you, I'm still I really support the idea of having a two parent household and be able to raise your son or daughter under masculine leadership, but also still having a mother there so they can have that feminine energy and just having a healthy family. Because, you know, to be honest with you, single families, as much as we want to sit there and say single people could do it on their own, it's a lot harder. And a lot of the people that come from single families have it a lot harder in the real world. So, what I would honestly say is just see what your lifestyle is. If you follow a specific religion and follow those templates, but also understand that if you and that woman are going to be together, you got to keep that relationship between you and the child's mother or your wife or your girlfriend. Keep that stuff healthy. Also, on top of that, we may get so fogged or like lost in the clouds with just a kid, right? And from the things that have been told to me from people who have children is as much as you want to say that that child is the most important and everything, if you and that woman are together, y'all gotta make sure y'all still have date night. Y'all gotta still make sure you have a healthy relationship because everything is so worried about the kid, y'all forget about each other, and then you don't want to not be in your child's life because you ain't take care of her and supported her. But I'll leave that at that. I know we mainly a car channel, but I do have a lot of information outside of cars. But I appreciate you, Solitaire. She wants to get married, but it's so much we're still learning about each other even after 2 years. Yes, Solitaire. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Listen, man. Listen, don't rush and get married just because you had a child. I would recommend go to premarital counseling, go to any relationship counseling, and actually iron a lot of things out. If y'all haven't even lived with each other, why y'all even having a kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things, a lot of steps, and I believe that I would say like this: the internet doesn't like this. I think you should marry before you carry, but also I think you should actually check each other's prerequisites to see if y'all even going to work, if y'all could actually live together. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have to move into with each other for 6 months to a year before you even propose. So you want to know if this person actually sleeps at night. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure this person's not crazy, you know? But anyways, I'm gonna hop off of that. But really appreciate you, Solitaire, for asking that question. You plan on buying another Q before they go EV? Matt, the only other Q50 I would honestly get, unless I get like a clapped red sport for like 10K, which could happen. You know what I'm saying? I could get like a Q50, like a clap or flooded red sport or something like that for like super cheap because the Florida cars and everything like that. I'm very familiar with the platform, but honestly, I don't want to get into another Q50 or Q60 of VR30. The only other Q50 I would get is honestly a hybrid. I would get like a Q50 2014 to 2019 hybrid. That's the only one I would really get. Of course, it'll be sport or whatever, and I will have that like as a daily driver because it still gets great gas mileage. I'll bag it, putting some nice wheels on it, put like a 2018 and up front bumper, stuff like that, but nothing really performance, just mainly as a daily driver. Rico, do you recommend a rebuilt Q50? Well, if it depends on how badly it was hit, Rico, I would recommend one of the top hacks. Shout out to Sam Crack. He says take the VIN number, put that into a Google search, or just go to any one of these sites that look up the previous history. But the reason why you would put in Google search on the images is you want to be able to see if there's any old pictures from when it was sold at IAA or Copart, and that lets you know how bad, extensive the damage really is. So it kind of gives you an idea of what to look for. Was it a rear hit or was it a front hit? I think rear hits aren't too bad because honestly, there's nothing that's really crazy behind there other than the exhaust and some maybe some harnesses for the tail lights and stuff like that. And as long as it depends on how much it crumpled, as long as it didn't really come up to the point that it came back to the rear window, you're pretty much okay. But it's usually the front hits that are usually the hardest because depending on if it destroyed the motor, certain parts of the subframe, stuff like that would deal with the structure and then the harnesses weren't rebuilt properly. I mean, reconnected properly. It could cause headaches down the line if it's not done right. But I don't think it's a problem with you buying a rebuilt Q50. If it's rebuilt, it was certified already, and the mileages are pretty low. Take a look. You can also get a PPI inspection. Yes, if a PPI is you'll have a somebody's gonna comment below. But PPI inspection is pretty much it'll be a third party person to inspect the car in and out to see if there's anything that could be bad or anything that could actually show up being bad in the future. Costs usually about $1,000 or less, but it could save you thousands of dollars in the future. So look into PPIs if you really want to get this car. Appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody that's tapping in, everybody's watching right now, please hit the like button. I don't really have much voice for you guys tonight because I'm literally getting over a cold and sickness and everything like that. So I'm gonna try to rock out the best way I can with my voice the way it is. And I'm not hopefully I don't lose it tonight. I don't want to lose my voice again. But really appreciate you guys. Thank you for always showing you guys support, man. Much love. On another note, though, I think that the new Z is fire, but honestly, I want to know the modding potential. I mean, to be honest with you, Solitaire, just whatever the Q50, Q60 has done, just know that the Nissan Z just be a little bit more faster. Like for instance, the ran like was it a 10 AMS ran the Z at like a 10.47, um, like 100 and I can't even remember how much mile an hour top speed was, but on full E, the car ran about mid tens. Most of the Q50s or that run anything close to that have not as much modifications, but like 10.6, 10.7. On Bonnie and Clyde ran like a 10.6 when they aired their kit in E. And Zilla Boost, I believe he also ran on full E stock turbos, and he had a killer chiller setup on his car while Bonnie and Clyde had air to air. So it seemed when you look at it, it's like the mile an hours, the track speeds are very similar, but it seemed like the Z could just cut a way better 60 foot. And it seems like they're really having on the track, they have really quicker 0 to 60s, but this is really only at the track though. Outside in the street, I think the Q50 would give the Z the business on unprepped surface. Thanks, Boost. Real talk, man. What's up, Boost? Do you watch Where's 981? No, I do not, Blue. I don't even know Where's 981 is, but I'm gonna type that in right now. Where 981 to see what kind of website that is. Oh, yeah, okay. I know who Where's 981 is. So, Where's 981 is pretty much the dude who got a bunch of dash cams, and I think he has a Porsche, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Blue. A Porsche or something, and he really just cuts up in traffic. And it's crazy how I actually like some of his videos because he'd be messing up though. He'd be really killing it on the Belt Park when he gets into some races with some really quick cars on the highway. But I've watched a lot of their videos in the past, but it's not really my thing because it's like how long are you gonna keep doing that? Like you could cut up in traffic all you want, but at some point you run out. You run out of luck. Everybody's luck run out cutting up in traffic, and I think doing this in New York City, even if you do the best you can, you're gonna clap at some point. Okay, Rico, front and front driver's side. Okay, no brake assist or anything. Okay, so that's less harnesses. Um, yeah, Rico. So see if you can put the Google the VIN number in, Rico, and see if that comes up on the Google images so you can kind of see how bad it is. But if you get a PPI inspection from a third party company, this will let you know if everything was done right. They'll actually take a look, take off the splash shield and everything just to see if everything was done right. High tide, Chris. We need boost hoodies for the winter season. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I got a new logo now. It changed up from that B. I actually supposed to change it on the YouTube channel. I haven't changed it. I don't know why. I was supposed to change it, but I got a new logo has changed. Give me a second. I want to put up my IG so you guys can see it. Because if anybody has me on IG, you saw the logo change. Now it's a lot different. Shout out to Angel. Angel was the one who actually contacted me. He does these type of things, and I told him I said I want a logo. I told him I said I want a logo that says "Boost in Motion," right? And let me see if I could do a quick screen share on that because some of you guys don't have me on IG, so let me see if I could do a quick free screen share. So that's the new logo right there. That's the new logo. Before it was the B. Now it's actually reads Boost in Motion. Like, but that's gonna be the new logo. So I gotta find a company to put that new logo on a hoodie. And I'm not gonna lie, I like this logo way more. I think it'll look really lot more better on like the middle of a hoodie or the middle of a shirt. It's kind of like it looks kind of cool. So I kind of fucks with it. So that's gonna be the new logo. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Also, I've been trying to throw up some little memes and stuff like that, and I've been getting into like doing the reels and stuff because I don't really post that much pictures anymore. But definitely check out my Boost Emotion IG if you guys don't haven't already added me there. We really would appreciate it. But high tide, I'm definitely looking into it. I do want to work with the company that works at YouTube, but their shipping is the worst. And the last 5 people ordered stuff, and it either never came, took 2 months, or it took too long, and the quality wasn't good enough. And I didn't like that. So I do want to look over with like a third party person, maybe local in Brooklyn, that can make it for me in front of me, and I can check the quality out, and then maybe I could put those in some boxes and actually mail that stuff out. Plus, it's cheaper to do it that way. It's just more annoying to ship stuff off. I don't like shipping things. But shout out to you or High Tide. Definitely tap in with me. Hit the like button. Appreciate that. How's the Benz? Benz is all right. Like ever since that issue I had earlier this year, the Benz has been all right. I don't drive that often, guys. Like my job is like 5 to 10 minutes away. Like, so I have an electric scooter. Like, I take my electric scooter to work. Anybody who follows me in the street that know me in these Flatbush area, like, y'all know me. I'm chilling. I'm a regular dude. And for me to drive to work 5, 10 minutes when I could just take an electric scooter, it doesn't make any sense. Does anybody know anybody that retrofits 2015 Q50 headlights in Casey area? Honestly, Key, I do not know. And if anyone knows, um, most you might have to send your headlights, bro. Most companies are like in California or New York. You're gonna have to send your headlights to them, ship it, let them do it how they want to do it, and then have it send it back. That's the best way to get your headlights done, bro. Hope that don't mark up the Z so much. The Z is already marked up, but what I would say in a short case is that what's gonna happen is no one's buying the protos for over. No one's buying them. Like, yes, the people who bought the protos are like companies that have money. Shout out to Zero Motorsports or big YouTubers. We knew this was gonna happen. So they're willing to spend the $10,000, $20,000 above MSRP because they'll make the money back, right? But the regular average person, unless they're a collector, they're not gonna do it unless they really want the car. You know what I'm saying? But we'll wait and see how the sports will be, and we'll look and see how the performance are going to be. I still think they might be marked up, but I think a 5K markup isn't too bad for like a proto or for a sport because it's like, all right, cool. We live in this day and age. All right, it's like the first year it comes out. Outside shouldn't be markups. When the install video is coming back. When I get a new car, Mitchell, Mitchell, when I come back, when I get something else new, the install videos will come back. Right now I'm looking at 3 cars. Well, I'm looking at 5 cars, but I'm looking at 3 cars to replace the Mercedes with, and I'm looking at pretty much Nissan Z to replace the Q60. I don't have the Q60 anymore, but I'm looking at the Nissan Z to replace it. But I'm waiting to see if any Nissans around me come out with a Nissan Z for MSRP for a decent color, and I'll take it on. So I would definitely consider getting that, but I just got to play the waiting game on that one. Sartez C63 E63. If all goes as planned, I'll be getting one next year. I've been grinding for 3 years now, getting my credit right. Credit's one thing, but credit is one thing, but the price is difference is not that much anymore. And it depends on what E63 you want. If you want like a W213, which is like 2018 and up, they're like in the 60s to 70s now. So I can see next year you might be able to get one in the 50s, 60s to 2018 and up, with like 60,000 miles, which isn't bad. The car is relatively reliable. The C63 2015s and up, like the one I have and up, you can get for like 40 now. I still recommend the 63 over the 63S in the C class. Once again, I know it's a cheaper option, but the amount of money you spend more for the stuff like the electronic engine mounts do go out. They're kind of expensive, and they do have issues with like the sensors with a rear differential and a couple of other things that deal with on the S that the non-S doesn't have. So that's just my recommendation to actually go with just the non-S. But shout out to you, man. Friend crashed it, came in, but he got an M2. M2's fire. I like that car. The new M2 look like it's gonna be dope too. Boost. I have a JB4 thing about going EcuTech tune. Should I do it? Yes, faster, Johnson. You want to go faster? But being honest, if you want to go faster, Johnson, you gotta go faster. EcuTech and burger tuning JB4 is not the same. It's literally an apples oranges comparison. JB4 will make you a little quicker. Um, EcuTech tune from an actual tuner will make you faster. So I would recommend it. Yeah, as I said, the reliability issues, Rico. The only issue I had with my Benz was the misfire I had. I had a misfire earlier this year, and it got fixed. It was just a coil pack which went bad. That's it. Literally, that's it. But the M177 motor, if you look it up for the C63s, pretty much the majority of the AMGs now have the M177. The M177 is a really reliable motor, and the transmission. And only thing I would say is as you go with a more expensive car like an S class or E class, there's other components on the car itself, window regulators and other things that may fall or fail. But transmission and engine wise, it's a relatively really reliable motor, really reliable. Like I'm talking about, I hate to say it, the M177 is way more reliable than the VR30. Like no one has problems with these motors. It's like barely a thing. Sorry, I have a Q50. Okay, yeah, I answered that then. Wait for real, I didn't. Bro, crash when I wait. Oh damn. Okay, hit the like button. Yep, hit the like button, guys. I like the old logo better. The new ones is hard with the brake calipers, but the old one was a classic. I appreciate that, Ty Chris, man. Thank you, man. I like the old logo too, but I'm saying I'm still gonna have like the boost in motion. Like I might still come out with the boost in motion, like in this whatever italic or whatever you guys would call it, in this font or whatever. I was still gonna have that like we say boost in motion, but the logo is definitely different though. Yeah, because I remember I did put the logo on the caliber, right? I think I did. I can't remember. I think I put it on the caliber. Can't even remember. Happy you like more maybe. Yo, man. Yo, appreciate that, man. Okay, so Unlucky says got a 13 G37. It's rough idling to stall. Well, what you can do is you can take off the throttle bodies. Don't touch them, don't readjust them, just unscrew them, spray some carb cleaner in the back behind it, let that dry. You can use a cotton swab or some paper or paper towel to wipe it off, and then rebolt them up, and then turn the car on, and that should actually help. Another thing you could do is turn the car on, slightly pull off the silicone inlet while the car is running, and have a friend like give it gas. You spray carb cleaner while the flaps are opening and closing. That could also clear up any other carb buildup inside the throttle body. It's really that. Also for the G37, I believe there's an idle relearn procedure. I do not know it off the top of my head. I haven't had that car since I don't know. It's been a long time. So you can also do an idle relearn procedure. But I think you should definitely do the idle relearn procedure after you clean the throttle bodies, because if you do it right now, it doesn't really fix the issue. It just like puts a band-aid on it. If you ain't like the video, I hope you guys got turbos go out. They appreciate that, Rico. Thank you for letting them guys know, man. They gotta hit that like button, man. You gotta hit that like button. Boost, I was the guy that sent you the pic of the deal they gave me at the Toyota dealer for the. Oh, okay, okay. So Rama, right? So here's a story behind it. So Rama sent me. There's a dealership in Florida that's selling the Supras, right? You know, the new Supra. So no one's talking about it, but all cars are having markups. But the Toyota Supra they offered him, they wanted like $2,000 a month for 60 months, which makes the car's MSRP close to 100 grand. And I'm talking about an MK5. So we over here beating up the Nissan Z, right? But there's Toyota Supras doing this, Toyota's doing the same fucking nonsense, but they're not getting all the love in life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cars are getting these crazy markups. It's just the saying, like, who is buying these cars? Like, I doubt anyone's really buying it. I hope these cars sit for a while. These dealers have to go back to MSRP because it's gonna happen. Right now, even I'm patiently waiting. Every week, if you guys follow, bear with me, guys. I don't have much voice for you guys left. If you guys follow YAA and Lucky Lopez, they talk about the automotive market. And every week, wholesale market, the prices are going down. But the dealers, repeat, dealers are not changing the retail prices. So in the last 3 months, car, on average, the wholesale price of vehicles, this is at the auction, right, have went down about 12%, right? But that means that the cars are selling for cheaper at auction. But the dealers now, let's say they have a Q50, let's say it went down 12% at the wholesale. But the thing is, they'll still try to sell these cars for the exorbitant retail price because they're still trying to get people. No, no. These cars now are sitting here. People don't have as much money. Um, Interest rates have went up. Just patiently wait. Just patiently wait. These dealers are gonna get their ass handed to them. As long as there's a V8, that's great. I got you. Was the first pick anyway. He just seems unnecessary. I agree. Any maintenance tips on turbocharged cars, preferably E50, Q50. Any turbocharged car, I'm be honest with you, change the oil frequently enough. Give it time to warm up. Like when you start the car, give it time for that oil to circulate everywhere. Because if you just turn this car on and drive off, like the oil hasn't went in every part of the engine, hasn't moved around. So you still want that to get into the turbo so those bearings will last longer. Another thing about this car, which I find it quite funny, is the Q50 is really not supposed to be a performance car. You just turn it off and it just turns off. But if you guys ever been back in the day, like 2005 to 2010, we have something called turbo timers. And what happens is when you turn your car off, the car is supposed to technically run the oil for the next 2 minutes so that a lot of those moving components could actually cool down. But here's what happens in the Q50: you turn it off and everything just turns off. So all that oil is now hot. That oil is now sitting in the area of of the gaskets or bearings for the turbos, and they just sit there and it's technically caking up. You shouldn't be doing that. You would want the car to turn off and that stuff, those accessories, keep pumping. The water, the coolant is supposed to keep running. The oil pump is supposed to keep going, but that's not what this car does. So I would say it's just honestly frequent oil changes. I heard the 3.0T were really reliable. Turbos just tendency of dumping on you after current mileage. That's not true. That's true. That's not true. The turbo, one of my turbos in my 2018 Q50, it started leaking at like 20,000 miles, leaking on externally. So it all depends on how hard you're driving the car. My car was getting beat on. I beat on my car. Other people are had like 100,000 plus miles that I know with a JB4 N tune and never had an issue. You see what I'm saying? It's just all honestly how good you take care of the car. Do you get on it? Do you beat on it? That stuff matters. When prices eventually go down, will that include the seat? Yeah. Or with the ones for the no, no. Mark 66. No. So to answer your first question, will the C63 W205 go down in price? If it's the first year, like the 2016, 2017, they have already hit majority of the depreciation. What I mean by that is if you go to like the W204s, the price difference of the W204 and W205, depending on the last year and first year, are very close, right? It's super close. So you would have a better chance of like a 2018 or the facelift going down in price. So like the 2019, the 2022, or 2021 C63 will go down in price. But like the 2015 or 26, 2017 are pretty much at their bottom dollar already. And you said, would the ones before 2022 actually go up and be? I doubt the 2022s. I mean, the earlier models are going to start going up in value for a while. Like I realized that happened with like the BMW M3 and M5s. At some point, they started going up in price randomly because it's like they're hard to find. We have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see. But I realized that happens. At some point, they start going up in value because it's like, oh my God, they don't make this anymore. But I realized that only really applied to BMWs. Mercedes game, the W204, it didn't really go up in price. Like you could go get a W204 right now, V8 for relatively cheap. I seen them for like 10 to 15K, which is a pretty dope, powerful car. But they're really relatively cheap. Um, you could even get an E63, E55 for relatively cheap, but those have actually held their value quite well. But they're really rare to find. Yes, I know, I know, I know. That's insane. $2,000 for 4,800 months. I mean, for 48 months. When prices eventually go down, okay, yeah. So I did answer that, and we'll actually appreciate because of the new model. Now, I don't think so, Mark. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna go up. Uh, I don't think it's gonna appreciate because of the newer model. Usually, in most cases, the newer model always push the prices down. Thank you guys. Hit the like button. Yeah, I was about to say I pushed the G's way button. Maybe I might blow up. The Alfa Romeo turbocharged cars keep the fans running for a while when you turn off the car to cool it down. Could have did that with the Qs. Yes, Rico, but they haven't done that. Infiniti didn't care to do simple stuff like that to keep the car running or to keep the cool off the motor. They didn't care. They just throw it together and say they'll buy it, and that's the actual wrong thing for them to do, which pisses me off. It really does. Let me see if there's anything. No, no. Okay, cool. I don't think I'm not gonna be on here too late tonight, guys, because I don't have too much left over. So what I would say is, if you guys haven't checked any of my videos, though, a lot has been going on in the Q50, Q6, well, the VR30 community, and the Nissan Z, I believe, is delivering. And I'm probably gonna make a video talking about it, but I will talk about with you guys. Is it true that the Toyota Supra is cheaper to modify than the Nissan Z? Yes. It is. I made a video talking about 340 versus Q50, 440 versus Q60, and which one's more affordable to modify to get to a certain amount of horsepower or will horsepower. And it was about half the price. And the same thing applies for the Toyota Supra versus the Nissan Z. It's more affordable. There's less things that you need to do. The Toyota Supra is already equipped with a lot of standard stuff that the Nissan Z technically needs. Like that's the one of the biggest things that they picked on AMS about. Like you're spending $15,000 XYZ, right? All this expensive amount of money just to make the car run like a 10.4. But I've even talked about it in a video. Oh, shout out to you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat, Paul. You always show your support, man. Once again, I really appreciate you on that one. Um, I've said it for the people who haven't watched that video. You could definitely check out my channel. I broke down every 400 wheels, about 500, 600, 700, Q50 versus 340 based on prices and horsepower. Um, the Toyota Supra could literally just do a downpipe, right? OEM high pressure fuel pump. This is a $400 uh fuel pump, brand new that they have on like the 2020. Well, technically the Supra doesn't need because it's already new, so it already comes with that fuel pump. So pretty much downpipe and a tune on like E50, and it's gonna run the same times as a Nissan Z. Downpipe is like $200-300, so you can invest like $2,000 less, and you'll be a mid 10-second car. While the Nissan Z needs heat exchanger, downpipe, catback exhaust. They don't need to run a low pressure fuel pump, then a high pressure fuel pump if it's 50% ethanol. You know what I'm saying? You can skip the intakes, you can skip the air, the water, and the cooler. You can skip a lot of that stuff. just so it can try its best to run at a similar time. It's a lot more money invested, you know? There's a lot more money invested. So it's about half the price. I don't want to miss this question. I have to step back. Thank you, Paul, again. I appreciate you. Tony says, I had a Maxima, loved it, but I'm thinking about buying a Benz. How is yours holding up? Once again, Tony, I'll be honest with you. If it's a M177 that comes in most of the newer AMGs, it's solid. I've been in this community for about over a year. It is solid. It is solid. Just know that when you're getting the more expensive E class or S class or GLC, GLEs with the M177, the transmission motor is okay. It's mainly because you're buying an expensive car. Other things happen on the car. Like it's just the things, other sensors and relays and regulators. So things may go out. On my car, it's a bottom of the bin C class. So I don't have much stuff on my car. It's not loaded with a bunch of stuff, just other than the parking sensors, backup camera. It doesn't have heated steering wheel. It just has heated seats. It doesn't have a lot of unnecessary stuff. So like compared to the S, if I had like a C63S, most S's, from what I know, I don't think any other S's other than the one I have. Most S's come with electronic engine mounts. These things go out and they're expensive. It's an expensive thing to replace, and they will go out on these cars. That's mainly on like the E63, S63s. I believe like the GT63s, not the S's, non-versions also have just regular engine mounts and a couple of other things on these cars. Like another thing I realized is that if the sensor fails for the flaps on, like if you have the sport exhaust, the way that the computer sets it up is that it'll actually inhibit power. It's kind of like its own limp mode. So if you get like an S and that sensor or whatever controls the flaps and the exhaust fails, then you actually have reduced power and the car kind of goes into a limp mode. It's not a big difference in power, but it's enough difference that you'll realize. So I looked into a lot of these things on the E63, S63s, and other higher end, more expensive AMGs. But other than those things, the motor and transmission is okay. It's not a bad car. Side note, thoughts on the new Z06? Her dealers are already saying that Mr. Mark 66, man. Once again, it's a Z06. We saw what happened with just the C8. And the funny thing is, the C8 MSRP is like a $70,000 car, right? It's like a $70,000 car, and they're still going for a super amount of money, right? Let me see, because I'm gonna bang with you guys, and I have to talk a little less so that my voice could be able to make it at least an hour of talking with y'all. Bear with me, guys. I really appreciate. I am getting over a cold. That's why you haven't seen me make a bunch of videos, because I lost my voice. I was sick, and I lost my voice again, so twice in 2 weeks. It's actually quite freaking annoying. Um, so you said C8, right? Let's see. Let's see if we can find the C8. I can't even find a freaking C8 here. What's going on here? I know it's Chevrolet, right? Chevy has C8s. Okay, Corvette. I should have just went to Corvette. That was funny. All right, cool. We're gonna see what's going on, right? While I'm checking on that, let's see if we can go next. Do you think EcuTech tune is okay for longevity of the engine? I have a 14 Q50 3.7. Love and win, you're going to be perfectly okay. It's a 3.7. It's a 3.7. It's a 3.7. You're going to be fine. It doesn't have turbos. You can get a tune on 93 fuel and you'll be perfectly fine. That's it. You don't have to worry about turbos. You got one of one of the best VQ motors, last editions basically that was ever made. That motor literally has no problem. Anyone who messes up that motor, you will have bad luck. But if it's just a tune on 93, you'll be perfectly okay. Once again, still do your frequent oil changes and you'll be all right. I'm looking for the C8, guys. I don't see it here. Let me see if I could put the name in, because why don't I see the C8? I don't see it. I'm actually on Car Gurus right now. Let me actually share my screen quickly, because I want you guys to think I'm just not staring with you guys. Chevrolet, right? And C8. Where do I put that at? Where do I put that in the description? Is it like a mini search bar here somewhere? I don't see it, guys. I don't know. I see a bunch of other Corvettes. I don't see the C8 here. Trim level. I don't even know what the trim level of that car is. I'm not. Well, let me just go to the new ones and then let me see. Is that 2021? Right? Bear with me, guys. Hit the like button right now because he's talking about C8s. Cool. Okay, cool. So lowest price. It's the lowest price C8s. Um, yeah. So a 2021 is $70,000 the cheapest for a Stingray. But this car's MSRP is like 70 grand. Why is a 2021, like almost 2 years ago, still so expensive with mileage on it? Let's see if is there a 2020 model? C8? Okay. The 2020 model. Once again, the same nonsense, $70,000. These cars should be cheaper than this by now. They should be way more cheaper than this. They shouldn't have held their value as long as they did. The coronavirus really messed up everything, man. But I'm gonna get off the whole get off the CA talk. But that's freaking crazy. That's freaking crazy that they did that. All right, let me go to some more questions. Do you okay? I answered that. What's going on, James? I appreciate you. I think I'm gonna tap out a little early tonight, guys. I don't think I have much left in my voice. I feel it was going away again. Appreciate you, James. Going to be roll racing soon. Any tips? There's really no tips I could really tell you. I mean, find a good gear for yourself. Find a mile per hour that works. Because I know in the Q50s, a 40-year-old kind of sucks because you're like right there and you have to shift. You want to be a little bit lower. So you might want to do like a 35 roll, which puts that RPM a little bit lower so you don't have to shift immediately. Or some people say like a full or like I think I did like a 50 roll, which was actually not too bad. 50, 55 roll, which is not too bad for the RPMs if you have the turbo one. That's the only tips I could really give you. That's really honestly it. Super as a BMW, freaking right. Sorry for the questions, bro. What do you think about the future Nissan since they technically going bankrupt? I've been talking about this for like 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna say it on video because I was investing in Nissan, but I pulled my money back out because they were gonna go down. So I wasn't trying to lose any money. I don't believe in long term investing. I believe in more of a day trader, swing trader. Um, these companies don't go out of business. What happens is they either get bought out or they do like a reverse split. There's always a way for these companies to bring up their valuations without actually ever really going bankrupt. Believe me. So Nissan's not going bankrupt. They're just gonna cut the books, and cut people and get rid of people and do a reverse split for the stock market. Do some kind of investment where they'll sell some shares to a random company or a bank or something for a smaller price, and so they can raise capital. There's always ways. So honestly, they're not going bankrupt. Rico, I appreciate that, man. Much love for the super sticker. Much love. I really appreciate you, man. They aren't. Okay. I've been feeling that I could do a motor swap after watching Boost Emotion Academy. Honestly, I don't have. I mean, if I'm helping you get a little bit better at working on your own cars, which is why I started this channel, so you guys will feel comfortable working on your cars. And I had one of you guys actually hit me up. I was at the gym the other day. Shout out to me. He has a G37. He said I knew nothing about coilovers, but I watched your videos and you were detailed and you helped me understand the coilover stuff. And I was like, you're welcome. Like, and it made me happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I take it like this. If it has a bolt or a screw and I get the tool for it, I can get it off. As long as I can get it off and put it back on, I'm gonna learn how it works. So you just gotta find the right tools to get it off. That's really honestly all you need. Which Supra would you buy? What you think? I would honestly, as much as everyone likes the MK4s, I actually would get an MK3. Yeah. I would actually like that was like the first Supra I actually loved growing up, the MK3s. They're sexy. I just really hate the burgundy interior. I think they even had a blue interior. I freaking hate it, like cloth or whatever. It was disgusting. But I always love the 7M. Was it the 7M, right? The 7M on I think the MK3s. And oh man, I just think that body style with the headlights and the flip up are just it's timeless to me. Just like the was it the 280 SXs, the 280 SX or the slightlies. Same thing with them. Like I love those classic body styles and lines. Like it's sexy as hell. I would love to get into that type of stuff. Like was it Mike, the YouTuber? He has so much cars that I love. Like, and I love that his channel has that diversity. I don't know how he has two Corvettes. Well, I know how, but it's like, yo, you flexing. You got two Corvettes. But I like that like he got older cars and that's more relatable and he has a good, different amount. I always wanted to get into that, but I'm just not there yet. But best believe if YouTube's still running, I'm still gonna be a car guy. And I can't wait to get to that part of my life where I can actually have a car that sits there and I'm actually building it. I'd be super freaking cool. I can't wait for it. Curry Shot, much love. I appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. Prices coming down very slowly. Yup, prices are coming down 1% every week wholesale. Don't worry, there's gonna be a lag with the retail though from dealers. Dealers are gonna hold, they're gonna hold ship. But guess what? Every month that goes by, once again, I said shout out to Lucky Lopez, YouTuber, and shout out to YA. They talk about it. Dealerships don't have money. Majority of dealerships don't have no cash, they have no liquidity. So they take out pretty much loans to purchase their cars. And every month they have to pay their loan. If car prices are going down 4% every month, right? The value, these companies, these banks who give them the money, they go look at their books. They look at the price of the cars. They look at what the wholesale value is. If you have $1 million worth of cars, right, and it's 1%, excuse me, guys, 1% every month. I mean every week. So on average, 4%. That means that you've lost what $40,000. If now you do that for 3 more months and they don't sell their cars, they don't flip enough. Those are that's almost 100 grand they lost. And these banks are not now knowing that they are possibly losing money, so they'll call that dealership up and be like, "Hey, we need 100 grand unless you start selling these cars." See what I'm saying? So this is why we have to take our time and relax and just be patient. These are sometimes things lag. It takes a while. Use car gurus, right? I'm giving you guys some game. I actually give you guys game very good. Let's go back to this, right? Go to car gurus, right? Let's go to research, right? Let's go to price trends. Because y'all like infinity, right? Bear with me. I'm really helping you guys out right now. Hopefully, whoever's watching, yo, hit that like button because I'm about to really help you guys out right now on when you guys should actually choose to purchase your vehicle. So let's say you want a 2014 Q50. Somewhere here, price trends. No, I want price trends. I just had it there. Where's price trends? Where is it? Where is it? Because I'm freaking blind right now. Price trends. Boom. Right? We're gonna go put in 2019, right? Updated chart. And we're gonna go to infinity, right? Boom. Let's take off all this other stuff. Bear with me, guys. Hit that like button. I know you guys might want me to hurry up and talk, but this is something that you guys really need to pay attention to. Use car gurus. Go to price trends and look at the prices of the cars you want pre-pandemic, before March of 2020. Trust me, right? And I've had videos talking about price trends. I usually do an update every month. It's about another time for I to do another update. So the 2014 Q50, right, was I wanted to pick the 2014. I should pick 2015, but let's leave that 2014 Q50 and let's put in 2019, right? Boom. So it's about 3 years. Look how much that price of that car went up. It's 2015. The green line is the 2014. So July of 2019, right to the end of 2019, you can get a Q50 on average about $16,000. And then somewhere in 2022, almost to 20. But now look what happened. Look what happened from July to October. It already lost about $2,000 to $3,000. Give it some time. Give it some time. I would honestly say your best entry point is about right now. But to be honest with you, like right here, usually car prices usually go down in the wintertime, depending on where you live, depending on because if you live in like the northern states, sometimes car prices may go down, depending on the model of the car. But almost 3 years ago, this car was $17,000. Right now, it's about 18,000 right here. So wait a little while longer. Give it like 2, 3 more months. Come back and look at what this chart says. It looks like it's going back up again, but I think it's going to go back down. Um, and for some of you guys who like the turbo model, let's look at the 2016 Q50s, right? So wow, this one's wild, wild. So you can see right around this time, 3 years ago, right? You can get a 2016 Q50 for about $24,000, right? Don't pay attention to this big dip because this dip is during the pandemic. So understand you can't include that. That's a variable, right? So now guess what happened here? The peak in June it was at $24,000. So 3 years ago, this is why people sold their cars that they had for 3 years because they didn't lose any value. But that's not a normal market, guys. Hit the like button, yo, because I'm really giving you guys game. Hit the like button, like for real. Like I'm really helping you guys out. Like I'm really making sure that you guys are taken care of, right? I don't care what car you guys got. This is gonna help you guys save fucking money. That's why Boost ain't got another car yet. Because I'm waiting. I'm being patient. So as I said, so the price in June the 8th was about almost $25,000. 3 years ago, it was about the same price. But look what happened from the peak in June to now. That's about 4 months. Now you could get a 2016 on average on their website for a listing price for about almost $22,000. So there has been a drop in the price. This is now a normal market. So what I would say is this, that lower price now is lower than it was 3 years ago. So I would say to buy a 2018, 2016 Q50 right now for about $20,000 is a fair price, depending on mileage, because it's definitely lower. It's along the same kind of depreciation of what it would have been. Because even then, right now, in November, 3 years ago in November, it was about 23. So it's fair to buy this car. But let's pick a car that we know haven't depreciated. Like that's still, you know what? I don't want to do that. Let's pick a GTR, right? Because I'm really giving you guys game. I'm gonna get you guys questions, and this is how I know I said I'm only gonna be on an hour. I ain't got much voice, but I really want to make sure you guys are taken care of. I really fucks with my audience, man. I love y'all guys, man. Y'all really show y'all support. So let's pick a Nissan GTR, right? Boom. We're gonna go to Nissan GTR, right? And some of y'all want to hop in a GTR. I know that for a fact. Like this is something that some of y'all guys are still y'all dream cars. So let's go to Nissan GTR and let's just leave it at '09, right? I know y'all want to talk about the other ones, but let's just talk about '09. Now GTRs are a little different because they come to the bottom of the depreciation, but it pretty much stays there roughly. You're not going to see a $30,000 GTR for a very long time. It's just not a thing. So here's the market on a GTR. They were coming down. I remember seeing prices. I remember seeing GTRs going for 40 grand at one point, 49.99. I remember seeing it. So right before the pandemic, GTRs were right around the bottom. Oh, 3 years ago, you could have got a 2009 for $52,000. That was the average listing price of a Nissan GTR 2009. But because of the pandemic, because of PP checks and all this other stuff, and people had money and all this stuff, the prices just kept on going up. This is unnormal. This is unnormal. This is not a thing. I just want you guys to know this is not normal. No matter if it's a collector's car or not, this is not a thing. A 2009 should not be going for $75,000. I'm gonna blow you guys' mind right now. Watch. Let me put in 2016. Watch what a normal depreciation curve is. That's a normal depreciation curve. From 2016 to 2019, the prices of Nissan GTR 2009 was going down. That's it. Anything that happened in 2020 is completely unrealistic. You can even see it's flattening out now. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. So anyways, I'm going to get off of this part because, I've been staying on this way too long. So I'm going to do some rapid fire asking questions and then I'm going to tap out because I don't think I have much voice left. But appreciate that, Curry, man. You got me sitting here really answering this question, Curry, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oof. All right. What would be an underrated cheap enthusiast car for 2022? A cheap enthusiast car? What cheap? Cheap is subjective, man. There's there's a lot of cars that you could get between $5,000 and $10,000 and spend a little bit amount of money in it, and it'll be fucking fast. Like you can get like a GS 300 and slap on an eBay turbo kit. And I know it ain't the full 2J, but you can do that, tune the car, and it'll be fast, and it'll beat still a lot of cars out here. You can get an old Eclipse if you can still find one. Um, Honestly, I'm at this point that you guys should actually buy cars that hold value. Like if you got like an Evo for like $20,000 or 15 to $20,000, you're not really losing any money on it because they already hit their bottom of depreciation. A lot of cheap, more affordable cars is like C5s and C6 Corvettes. Once again, they're not cheap, but once you start throwing parts at it, they're gonna be fucking fast. You have Chevy trucks. Like, put a turbo in there. Like, fast. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot. It's very subjective. It just depends on what you want to do. If you're familiar for that with that brand, because at this point, there's a lot of vehicles you can pick from that are affordable and they could be made fast for relatively affordable. Well before the year ends. Boost have been talking to these on going down for years. I miss what you said. MK5 would be the best to buy. Um, which I wouldn't know. I don't have the right information, Devin. When it comes to MK5, I don't have enough information. I don't know if they have much trims. I doubt there's much of a difference between them, so I really wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm sorry. Mike is fire, huh? What about Curry Curry? He's fired too. I'm looking to grab a 2020 Red Sport November 7th. Do you think it's a good time to buy? Yep, I dropped that video, Angel. I already went through it already. Just if you missed it, Angel, just go back in his live stream. I literally broke down the prices. Go use Car Gurus to look for the right prices. He has an okay, cool. Interest rates is going up. That's helping us a lot. Accords of fire, especially the 616 model. True. I was low key trying to find a Prelude. Prelude. That brings me back to when I first learned how to drive stick. Yeah, like Prelude, I didn't learn how to drive stick, but I love Preludes. When I first learned to drive stick, I was into Hondas, but I never bought a Honda. But Preludes was super fire back in the day, especially with the wing. 2018, I paid 14. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. It was 2014. I missed what you said earlier, but did you say the Z needs more mods to achieve the same results? Yes, James. If you did miss it, yes, I did. I said that you would have to spend more money to reach the same results that a Toyota Supra would have to, or MK5. Yes. You've been in the game, you know what I'm talking about, man. It's freaking crazy. The car is just built more standard, if you know what I mean. Better transmission tune, a lot of things that we just don't have yet. But it seems like that 9-speed transmission in Z is really taking the torque really good. I just paid 25K. I think the M56 should be actually cheaper than 25K for it. But it depends. But I believe you said you had got super low mileage though. Yep, 57 on that. Crazy, right? I love the M56, but I like the size M45 a little more for it sounds and looks. Okay, cool. I was about to say GTR, huh? I looked at GTR prices every day, but I think you're for the tip boost. I never thought Google would break down the prices. I got you, man. I'll make sure you guys save money, man. I'm not gonna let my Boost in Motion family waste their money. Bear with me, guys. I'm running through everything right now. I definitely feel like the generation of models you need to remind me of the LS 400 and the GS300 classic dope boy cars. Honestly, I have a coworker that's into LSs, and I have a couple coworkers that into Lexus vehicles. And those cars are super dope. You just add bags and wheels and just call it a freaking day. You don't really want need to do too much. They're pretty chilled, man. Super reliable. Ride so well. Like I love it. Facts. Agree. Potentially another reason why I got it. I think that people will sell it dope and pull up. Matter of fact, I was a yeah, that's funny. Keep on a little longer. Bro, I just said GS 300. Yep. Okay, tell you another car you wouldn't mind. I would tell you another car I would mind purchasing. I want a C7 or C8. Okay. C7s were always my favorite. Of course, the C7s were fire. Of course. But they're still expensive. They ain't that cheap. Well, it ain't cheap. Depends. Cheap is also subjective how much money you make, you know? Bear with me, guys. I know I'm just bantering. I'm just going through. I would have big body LS 500. Okay. I want it so bad. Um, my R35 will not. Okay, wait. Super Dimensional says my R35, while not affordable, I bought new for 111. I can sell it for about 30K profit 2 years later. So wait, you bought it. You okay? Wait. You bought it new for $111,000. I can sell it for 30K profit 2 years later. Super Dimensional. If you're talking about now, like let's say you bought like a 2020, right? Then I can see that happening because the market just it exploded. So I can see why. But it's gonna take a while for the GTR market to start coming back tapering out. Even when I put up the GTR trends, once again, you I'll put it up because it's still on here. I actually still have it up. The GTR trends, right? Let's pick a 2020 GTR. Average price was $133,000. Look, 2020 GTR. They were being sold, and because of the market, because of inflation, because people had money to just spend, that just romped the prices all the way up. But to be fair, look, you can say there was a small dip here in 2021, right? That was when there was a speculation within the market. That's actually right around when I bought my C63, somewhere between here. But look, there was a little dip, but then it kept on going up. Shortages and everything. Look. And they announced it's going to be the last GTR. Now they said it was going to be the last GTR too. They didn't come out with a 2022, but now they saying there's a 2023 model GTR coming out. But look, it's hit its peak. I don't now with the interest rates going down. Remember they made those changes. Look at that big dip. 3 months. Someone might have overpaid. Imagine paying 150,000 and now the car is 135. You see what I'm saying? I doubt that's going to go back up with rising interest rates, with them coming out with a 2023 model, which is pretty much unchanged. Anyone who bought their GTR at the top of the market, they're losing money. They're losing a lot of money. Hopefully, they love their car. You know what I'm saying? That's insane. That's freaking insane. So if you still know that you can still sell your car for a profit and you can wait like another 6 months, I would recommend you selling your GTR, get that 30K, drive whatever car you got, and give it like 6 months. Come back. You're going to find a crazy deal. You're going to find a crazy deal because the supply chain isn't going to be like this forever. Everyone knows it. It's just that we think it's such a speculation, but it's not going to be like this forever, guys. You guys know this. So all these dealers that overcharging us, just hold out and wait. They have to pay every month. Most of them have to pay every month because they don't have money. They have to pay their banks. They have to pay their bosses. So interest rates are going up. They have to pay off their loans every month. At some point, they have to keep slashing these prices. I've been looking at E63s. They've been going down. Is that a fly? Not even a fly. It's just a piece of freaking hair. Telling you, if you can do it, if you can stomach it, do it. I sold my Q60 because I literally had it for almost 2 years, and I've sold it for $1,000 more. I wasn't gonna wait. If I would have waited till now, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be able to sell it. I'm gonna use the Q60 for anyone's watching, because I just said Q60. Infinity out of 2017, the first year, right? Let's go to it. Let's go to it. Once again, this is the average price of a Q60. It's not necessarily the red sport, but I want to show you guys on video. Bear with me. Infinity Q60. We're gonna do that one. I got you. I got you guys. Best believe it. Some of you guys want to hop into Q60. I got you. Right? Let's put in 2017 Q60 and let's put it up till now. Boom. I had a 2017. Remember, this is the average Q60. Started off. Take off the car gurus one. That's really how the car was. It cost in 2019, late 2019. Boom. $30,000. $30,000. I bought mines in the end of 2020 for about this price right here, for about 30-some thousand. Then I sold it earlier this year in May for 32,000. This is unnormal. This thing is unnormal, guys. But look at now. Look at from its peak though. It's going down. The price is now going down. It's going down slowly, but it's going to go down. I'm telling you guys. If you know you can still stomach selling your car and you still have another car, think about it. Bet, man. Thank you. I saw the car guru's part. I appreciate you. I got you, man. Hey, Boost, do me a favor. Say hi, my daughter. What, Hasley? Oh, Curry Shaw says, hi, Hasley. How you doing? Hazley? Sorry. Hey, Hazley. How you doing? Good night, good night. It's getting late, man. You know, supposed to go to bed soon, man. Much love, brother. I appreciate you. Q50 or 400Z? Which one? You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Well, first thing is a Nissan Z, but you gotta wait. The only reason I'm gonna say is wait is because the prices are expensive. But I'm gonna be fair to you. From what I can see, the trap speeds are a little bit higher for the Nissan Z, which means it's gonna probably, I assume, gonna have better 60 to 130 times. But always remember, it's a rear-wheel drive car too, so you're gonna have to deal with the same thing the Toyota Super guys deal with: traction. You know what I'm saying? Q50, get an all-wheel drive, you're never really gonna have those issues doing that. But just know it's a heavier car. Um, but all in all, we can see that it's a little bit better. It's a little bit higher track speeds, and it could cut a better light at the track. If you want to go to a track, and that's you really care about mainly the track and doing that type of autocross and stuff like that, go with the Nissan Z. But if you want something that could pretty much do your regular day life and still have the performance of the Nissan Z, do it. That's the same thing that happened with the G37. A lot of people could get a 370Z, so they got a G37 sedan, same motor, and they can take their family out. You know, 100. Yep. It's crazy how expensive GTR is now too. Like a Nismo GTR, I believe I saw the MSRP for the 2023 model that's coming out because they bring the GTR back out. They lied to us. It's like $212,000. Like who the fuck is spending $200,000 on a Nismo GTR brand new? It's insane. You know how much other cars there are out that will just, how much Porsches you can get for that amount of money that will wax that GTR's ass? Like, it's insane. And I hate to say it, the G82 sits with GTRs now for really cheap and more reliable. That's insane. A BMW is more reliable, but it is what it is. Interesting. Inflation got everybody broke. So maybe, I don't think everybody's broke, bro. I'm be honest with you. Like, the average person is hurt. Yes. The average person is hurt because depending on lifestyle, if they have part-time jobs, they have kids, depending on where they live, it might be a lot harder for them. I technically understand that. Because usually in inflation times, the only people that get affected is usually low to middle class. But honestly, I think the middle class hurts more. For instance, like I consider myself to be middle class. I make good money for myself, but when I look at something, a price of something, and I'm like, I'm not paying this exorbitant amount of money for something, 10% more, 15% more for what? Like, I'm one of the people that have access to it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to just give you a $10,000 tip. That's why I don't see myself paying $10, $20, $30,000 for a Nissan Z Proto. I don't care if it's a collector or not. I'm not doing that. Let it sit in a lot. It's going to get sold second party or third party for under MSRP at some point. There's no point in waiting. It's a regular Nissan. My sweet spot of a GTR will be, I'll be honest with you. 2 years ago, you could have gotten a 2017 GTR for the mid 70s and 80s. It's now that it's insane. I'm telling you, these prices were going down is completely not normal. Appreciate that, Curry, man. Much love. Thanks. My daughter jumped down. Oh man, I appreciate that. Thank you, Curry, man. Thank you. But you gotta tell her to go to bed though, man. It's 9 p.m. at night, man. All right. Hopefully I didn't curse because sometimes I forget you guys have kids and I don't curse. Interest are helping us guys be patient. Okay, so those 2023 so will have a huge markup. GTRs especially 2017 only made 300 made per year. Going to always draw high prices. Look at the 30, the 32, 34, the 35 is a modern. I get what you mean to them. I understand that. Yes, I get what you mean. But even with the normal depreciation, I'm only speaking pre-COVID times, right? The 2017 was getting hit for its normal depreciation. It's only because of what happened in the last 2 years. I'm not saying that the GTR would have never gain price, but it would have never gained as much price as it is. Because like you said, when there's a low, anyone understands supply and demand. When there's a low demand and a high demand and a low amount of a product, the prices go up. That's what happened to the Nissan GTR, especially with the supply chain shortages, with them saying they're not making any 2022 models. I could see why the GTR market did what it did, but now it's flattening out. I think it's going to take some years for the GTR market to cool off. I think the older models are going to be the one that's going to cool off the fastest, because come on, it used to be $55,000 for a '09, and now they're going for 75. They're going to cool off, but everything else past that is going to cool off the same way. But it's going to take a lot longer in the GTR market, I believe, in my honest opinion. Um, Supply and demand. Yep. As I just said it. Boom. I just said it. See, look, I even think that far, man. Once again, Curry, I appreciate you, man. Don't y'all believe the recession the media is about to paint on us? Interest rates are finally getting back to what it used to be. I can't. You know what's funny? I can't. They saying that I can't remember the interest rates in 2007, 2008 because I was like a broke college student, so I wasn't really following the interest rates at that time. But from what I remember researching, yeah, it's returning back to that. They're the recession thing that they try to push. Once again, they change the definition of what a recession really is, which is crazy. I guess why I really don't like politics, because they're full of shit. But I look at the paint on the wall and it says, "Hey, that pink looks blue or purple. I don't know which one it is." But nonetheless, um, they're doing this, and it doesn't. And they're mad because it's not affecting the market. What they're realizing is they're increasing these rates, and they literally said it. Rich people and people who have money are still buying things. They're still going out buying cars. They're still going out buying homes. Homes are still going down in prices, but they can still buy the homes. So it's not like you're stopping these people from spending their money. People have money, not like they're gonna still go buy a brand new truck, a black Toyota or Dodge Ram. They're still gonna go and buy these things. So it would have to be something so inflated. Like they have to put these prices so inflated that the point that people are like, you know what, fuck it, and that's why they want to have this soft landing. The soft landing is gonna take too long. I'd rather they hit us hard and hit us hard fast, so people literally be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put that money in my pocket. I don't want that." So what I would say for anyone who does follow this type of stuff, because I do, I really do, pay attention to the reports of this holiday season. If we have the worst holiday spending holiday season in like the last 20 years, you know that they're finally succeeding. That's what I'm honestly thinking. Pay attention to those CPIs and stuff like that. Like look into it, because it's gonna literally let us know where the market is standing on just in general. But honestly, when it comes to the car market, I'm waiting for shit to burn. Okay, I'm waiting shit to burn because I'm gonna go to the dealership. Oh, you had that car for 5 months? Oh, that sucks. I know it's your asking price. I know it went down in price and everything, but I want this price. Like I'm not gonna OD lowball them, but anything I see, I'm asking for like 5% lower, whatever the asking price is. I don't care, because I'm a good buyer. I have good credit. I have the money to put down payment. I have my own banks I could bring that could bring the money. So I just need you guys to sign up on the price. And they're not gonna want to let me walk away, because not everybody's educated buyer or a qualified buyer. But technically, they usually rather get the people who are not qualified, because they can make more money off the people who are not qualified, because they go subprime. But anyways, let me get off that jargon. Do know a little bit about that stuff. Bought a 2015 Q50 with nine. Damn, that's actually super low miles. Damn, that car is a baby. Sold it to CarMax in August for 24. Wow, that's super dope. I like that. He pretty much drove his car for free and put almost 20,000 miles, 15,000 miles on his car. That is super dope. I love that. I would go NSX. Not enough. The joke. I had a conversation about the NSX the other day, and what I said is this: to anyone's watching, they could have made the NSX so much more better. They could have made that car so much more better. Just not put the hybrid system in there. Whatever that thing they got going on, just kept it the V6 twin turbo, a single turbo, all-wheel drive, and just leave it as that. But you guys did all this other nonsense. Like, we're thinking about the future, and nobody wants it. You made it too expensive. I get what the car should have been, but look at the Supra, look at the Nissan Z. I know you'll compare old price to new price and see what the price would be, but they should have made the NXX a more affordable car. I think people would have definitely bought it if it was an $80,000 to $100,000 car. But I would throw this out here too. If you buy an NSX right now, you'll probably won't lose much money on it because they've been hit so hard with depreciation, like R8s, that they actually hold pretty well now, and they actually may go up in value in the next couple of years. Just putting that out there. Bro, college student. But five. Uh huh. Yo, Boost, good looking out in SCR. I got you, Rock. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, I answered your question. Oh, the SCR talk. All right, Rock. Yeah. I remember you hit me up about the header thing. Got you, boy. Appreciate you. I think of people living paycheck even. I hate to talk about it because I hate the fact that people I hate the fact that people are struggling out there. Like, I don't like saying these certain things because I believe that if things are hard for you, you got to work hard. But I don't mean, but also work smart. Like, I also believe that we live in this day and age that it's so easy to make money. And what I mean by that is, if you're a man, you got these two fucking hands, and I'm cursing. Sorry, Curry, if your daughter's around, I apologize. But if you have hands, you can work, man. You could work. And if you only working 40 hours a week and you saying you broke, I want to punch you in your face right now. You should be working 80 hours a week. Get a second job, earn some extra money. I don't care. Like, do something. There's so much ways of making extra money nowadays. Apps, everything. It's insane. Your people make money from their phone. Like, this is, you don't need to do anything crazy nowadays. Like, just work. I'm telling you. If you are broke and you only do 40 hours a week, unless like you have like two kids and you have to get back home because the babysitter, like you have to be home. You physically you really can't work 80 hours. I get it. But if you have time where you're playing games or beating your meat or some wild thing like that, and you're like, I'm broke. Nah, man. Get the hell up and do something about your goddamn self. Yes, so what's going on, sup? With an Audi, man. What's going on, Joseph? What's going on? I appreciate you, man. What's up? What's up? Hey, Boost, where could I buy air to air intercooler kit for my Q50? Is that Mass Square Rabbit? Sorry, I'm not drunk or anything. I just don't know how to pronounce that word. Sorry. I'm not even gonna try. You guys can make fun of me online. But the only companies that make air to air kit is two companies. Ready? Elite Performance, Elite Performance, and a friend of the channel, Bonnie and Clyde. Check out Bonnie and Clyde Racing. They'll also make their air-to-air kits. But most people are usually buying the Bonnie and Clydes. I haven't really spoke to anybody. I only know one person that said they were going to buy the Elite air-to-air kit. People can't even DoorDash after work and make extra money. You can most cities now you can Turo, you can rent a trailer, you can loan out a trailer, you can rent a space. Like if you have an apartment, like you can rent out your couch. Yeah, like there's apps that if someone wants to stay in your city, you can rent your couch out to them. You don't need to rent them a room, a couch. Like it's insane what you can do. Like nowadays, if you have like a house, you can rent out your driveway depending on where you live. You can rent out parking spaces. Like I was by the old college that I used to go to, Kingsborough College. I remember the people that were close to the college, they had driveways. So much cars would go over there. So what they would do is they would rent out the driveway or the parking spot in front of their driveway to students. There's always ways to make extra money. If you have something or a space, something, you can do it, man. Work 80 hours a week, spoken like a true Jamaican. I'm not Jamaican actually. I'm actually Bayesian, but yes, I am West Indian. But yo, you gotta take care of your family. If you gotta take care of your family, there's no fucking excuses. I don't care what no one says. Like we gonna have to work. Cold, sleet, weather, I don't care. Get up. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have kids and you're a single man and you broke and you working 40 hours a week, I am pissed off with you. Get the fuck up and get a second job. I don't care if you want to go to the club. I don't care if you broke, you saying it's hard, get a second job. Your life will change. page. Go out there for some online or for free coding. I don't want to do coding. I don't want to. I know it pays very freaking well, but there's free online schools that teach you this stuff, like just the idea of coding and tech. There's so much things you can do, like the certificates that you can get from your local college that's online. You get HVAC, electrical, like basic electrical engineering stuff, like electrician stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff, man. I don't want to hear no excuses, man. We gotta work, man, but work smart. So, Boost, I know we talk cars. When I sold my house in Charleston, South Carolina, I moved back to Augusta. I purchased two properties. Once both properties are rehab, that is 300K. My daughter is gone. Laugh out loud. All right, got you. Because I said she gotta go to door. That's a good come up. And I think you probably sold in the last 2 years. So you, like most people, they ended up saying, you know what, this is a good time to sell my house for some equity. I have equity in the house. I can sell my house, then I could probably go get another property for below value or value below market value, right? Rehab it, as you said, build up back that equity, pull it out, refinance it. You see what I'm saying? I know this stuff. I know mad stuff. You guys think I just own my car shit. I know mad shit. Like I'm just saying, like I know a lot. I know what I'm talking about. And you pull that money out, you refinance, you pull that money back, and you go get a third property. So I know what you're talking about, Curry. I got you, man. I know what you're talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. I agree with the 80 hours. Get another job, get a side hustle. I want a damn GTR. That's the only way I'm going to get 100%. What do you think about Audi, bro? Once again, first thing, you already know what we got. First thing, I was supposed to tap out with you guys at 9 o'clock, but my voice somehow got better. So I guess I don't know if it was religious, but I guess God was just wishing upon me to make sure I can actually talk to you guys. So I'm thankful for that because my voice actually got better while talking to you. So maybe I need to do that. And that was water. I'm actually not drinking liquor. Um, Also, my boys are actually doing a 30-day fast from drinking liquor or doing any type of weed or anything like that. So I'm actually kind of giving them mad respect for doing that stuff. I've done it before because I'm not like a smoker or anything like that. I don't do that. I do drink, but just more socially. But it's easy for me to go 3 weeks, 4 weeks without drinking alcohol. But like my boys are like fully cleansing themselves on that type of stuff. And it's a super dope thing that they're doing that, man. But what I think about Audi, the TTRS, RS3s, killers. The V8 Audis, killers. The newer V8s, killers. The old 4.2s were dope for back in the day, but they were still not real. They when they break, it's like expensive. And it's because their timing chain was in the back of the motor and they had rear main seal leaks and everything. I remember that. That's the real reason back in the day. I remember like those 4.2s are fire. And that's the reason why I hate it when excuse me guys. I really hate it when Audi had put the same 4.2 liter in the first gen R8. That pissed me off because I was like, wow, y'all had the twin turbo 4.2 from the RS6, right? Which was like 5 years old, like 4 or 5 year old motor. You had that. Y'all could have put that in the car, right? Y'all had V10s at the time, but y'all didn't put the V10 in there either. And which I went with the V8. I was like, y'all retarded. No disrespect to anybody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was the dumbest move ever. Really pissed me off. Like, it really pissed me off that they did that. Um, what I would say is I really wish Audi would have included that 5-cylinder motor amongst other models. That I'm gonna just be fair because I'm kind of jealous and mad that Audi keeps that 5-cylinder motor only for the TTRS and the RS3. Am I the only person that's pissed off about that? Like if you would have just put that in an S4 or we RS4, just do it. Like just I mean American market, just do it. Like I wouldn't be mad at you. I would have so much more respect for you. Audi did something stupid recently where the S6, X6, S6s and S7s, the earlier ones. I don't know if they still make the S7s. I apologize. But S6s, they got rid of V8 and they went back down to the 3.0 cylinder. I believe not even a 2.9. I think it's the 3.0 cylinder. because the RS5 uses the 2.9 6 cylinder, right? But they gave the S6 the 3.0, and that made me mad. Like, it's still a S class. Like, give it the 2.9 from the RS, but I guess because it's the RS motor, they don't want to put that in the S6. I'm just like, it's all over the place. They piss me off with that. But all in all, I like Audi. I think the interiors last quite well. I think they definitely set the standard for a lot of things. But then after a while, once BMW or Mercedes get into it, we forget about Audi just like that until Audi does something new for us to be like, all right, cool. That's the new hottest trend, in my honest opinion. Man, I don't have anything on. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Watch the scammers. Wait, what did I miss? Give me a second, guys. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Um, oh, thank you, Masqueraders. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. James, I hope everything's good on your end, man. Listen, I'm here. I got you on Facebook, bro. You can hit me up for anything, man. I remember that conversation. You let me know what's going on. But much love, I'm here, man. We gotta have our brothers back. All right. Appreciate you. My girl literally gets gift cards off her phone and sells them to people while working. Yo, yo. People got to do what they got to do to hustle, man. Side hustles. Turo app is helping a lot of people get their dream cars. Boost, how do you feel about using Turo? Turo actually opened up in New York State in the last 3 months, and I was actually looking into getting a fleet of cars. But here's why I chose not to do it. It was going to bring content to the channel too. The real reason why I chose not to do it is because number one, interest rates are going up. Number two, the prices of cars are really high. Number three, everyone is actually not. They're broke. So I didn't want to go get dream cars. I would have had to get like cars that are for like under 10K. The Nissan Altimas, the Camrys. And I looked at the logistics of it and I've said to myself, I know I could do this, but I have a day job. I do YouTube. I have my own personal life and the people that I know in it. For me to now also include picking up a car, dropping it to the airport, I can't do it. Like it's just a time thing. I just don't have the time. I would have to hire somebody at that point that's cut into the margins. Also, I looked at the prices on what some of these cars are going for, and I'm like, they're usually higher than other markets like New Jersey or Pennsylvania. But at the end of the day, it's like just my time is more important than just trying to figure that out. Like if I had more time outside, just if I just had a day job and nothing else, I would consider doing Toro as like a second or third car and help that money pay for the car I would drive daily, like something even nicer than a C63. But for some of you people who may live in outside of New York City or these metropolitan areas or closer metropolitan areas, it actually might be great for you guys to do, especially if you have a second car, especially if you live close to the airport, and maybe you might even get a car that's under 10K. That's a lot more affordable. If the car note is only like with 10K finance is not that much. It was like 250, 300 a month. If you could break even on insurance and the car note every month and put some money aside for repairs like tires that may go out and amongst maybe they lose a key, but there's always ways to make money back from that through Turo. And if you have a shop that that's close, they can also fix the car if there's ever any damages. You report, you can do it. There's people that can do it, but logistically for me, it's just too much. But I think it's great for other people that should definitely get into Toro. Mobile detailing business is popping too. New York City usually starts to cool off in the wintertime because it's too cold. But I think it's still a thing too. But it's hard to compare going to like a car wash. But car wash prices in New York City are going up. If you want to get like a car wash now, bro, it's like almost $20 for like a car wash. So some people, once again, it's a better convenience there. Yep. I think COVID put some of us in a great position, but just relied on the government and got lazy with it. I agree with you. My side hustle is LS cam swaps, and see what I'm saying? That's how you make some money, James. You know what I'm talking about. I'm cranking 80 hours a week with kids, so I hope yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. If air to air is so good and it gains power, how come not a lot of people doing it? Um, as Masqueraders said, if air to air is so good and the gains of power, how come not a lot of people doing it? Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, because AMS is not doing it. It's because AMS is not doing it. Just in case you didn't hear me, it's because AMS not doing it. The thing about it is Bonnie and Clyde is a smaller company. So people are like, I'm iffy about it. I don't really understand it. But they see the results. They, but they still don't know enough about it, or they maybe not may not know about it. But there are people with air-to-air kits. Also, because the last 2 years, a lot of these smaller companies, once again, they don't have a large amount of capital to actually work with. So it's hard for them to get the parts and everything like that. But that stuff is ramping up. Elite Performance, once again, they have their own air-to-air kit too. You go to their website, it's there. But now people are jumping into it. They stay in what they're more familiar with, because you can do air to air, but when you do air to air, you remove all the cooling. You remove the air to water intercoolers, and that whole system just actually saves you weight technically. But now you're gonna have to find a tuner. Most tuners should actually know how to tune air to air, but it's just that there's not enough comfortability. Like if I would have done air to air like on the Q60, people would have been like, okay, Boost did it. Now I feel more comfortable. He showed everything. I feel more comfortable when they would go and purchase it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they would. That's why not a lot of people have purchased it, because big companies haven't done it yet. But if AMS goes and does it right now, there it goes. A bunch of people gonna start doing it, and AMS is gonna charge a hell of a lot of money for air to air kit too. James, that's what's up. Everybody get a side hustle, I promise you. Yeah, I'm gonna tap out, guys, real soon if there's no more. How much questions I got, especially in ATL. I feel you, bro. S6 is no longer V8. Yep. Yep. S6 is no longer V8. I think the 2021 model and up is no longer V8. It is the 3.0 cylinder, not even the 2.9. It's the 3.0. Exactly. That's so fucked up. So anyone who buys an S6 now, that's 2021 up, I'm like, you're losing out on so much money. I don't care if you got the new body. Like, they literally took the V8 out. It's not fair. What differential would you recommend for the G37? Would it have a wave track, or Queef or Quaff LSD or whatever? A lot of companies make it. I would just recommend go to Z1 Motorsports and pick your differential and pick your final drive ratio. I believe they have a couple of different final drives for the G37, because I'm assuming you would put this on a manual. If it does this on an automatic, it's completely different. You have to follow the gear sets. But if it's road drive, you could definitely change your final drive too. From what I remember, don't hold me to that. But I haven't had an experience of which one's better, but I've heard good things on about all of them. Like, it's a proper LSD. Like, what can you really say? You know what I'm saying? But when I did look up, excuse me, when I did look up, there's a YouTuber I follow. Forgot his name. Shoot, he has a 370Z supercharged. He has glasses. White boy. Um, and I remember him talking about the differentials he got, and I think he tried two different ones. He said one of them was really noisy. So definitely do your research with other YouTubers who have installed these stuff, and they will actually let you know if it's gonna be noisy, if it's gonna make a lot of noise. Because I wouldn't want those problems. I would want something that's pretty quiet. So definitely look into that too. That's the best I could give you, bro. Sorry about that. Everyone is dropping the V8. You think MS will expand to Canada? We wish we had one up here. I doubt it. From what I learned about business, once again, I'm not a businessman. I do own a LLC, but like, I'm not like a business where I provide products on such a large scale like AMS. I doubt they would really do that, because when you make two different branches now, two different stores, quality goes down because they have to now talk to each other, and quality goes down because it's more time. Everything could double. The time of shipping stuff could double. Like, the systems, how they interact, things could happen. That's why there's like only one Z1 Motorsports. That's why there's only one Soho Motorsports and one AAM. Like, they'll never really branch off and do this type of stuff. Thank you, bro. Cancer treatment starts next week. Finally, I gotta suck it up and I gotta do it. Wifey caught COVID, so I'm taking care of her right now. Got you, James. Really appreciate it, man. Stay strong, man. I know you got this, man. We all go through some stuff in this world, man. I lost my grandmother because of ovarian cancer, so I I understand this type of stuff, man. Um, Sorry if you answered the question, but why aren't people? Yeah, I answered that question. Uh, Masqueraders. I've already answered that question. Definitely check it out. Just rewind like the last 10 minutes, and I literally went lengthy about it. Got a lift installed in my garage. Oh, that's dope. I always wanted a lift, man. Building another short block for the turbo. Okay. On to let another tuner tune it, and Mm-mm-mm. On a hot sauce tune, 16 psi. That, you know what I'm gonna say it on video. I was thinking about getting into tuning. For anyone's watching, I've actually thought about getting into tuning. I've actually thought about it. And I'm still thinking about it. So you guys hear it first. Boost may become a tuner. I didn't start no courses, but I've been thinking about getting into tuning. I've been really thinking about it because it's like I know a lot of information, and there'll be a way for me to like still keep busy, but I may not be turning wrench. I could actually continue to offer you guys support and maybe build a company. Remember, I had Hussein from Gold Racebox. He's the owner of Racebox, and it's crazy how far he came in just 2 years' time. He came from doing this one thing to now have been this, and it's super dope to see that. And I like the fact that he built his business and he employs people and help people get jobs and working for him. And I see that stuff, and it makes me happy. Like it's crazy how like these decisions we make in this world could just affect cascade and affect everyone else right after us. Like becoming a business owner and actually, I hate to say it, but I don't want to say it like this, but like providing people opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I always love that. So I've been thinking about it, but we'll see. I'm gonna go soon, too. EPA is effing everything up. Yep. Yeah, HP tuners is getting scared. I believe you. How much horsepower will the new Z get on 93 pump? No E85 in Canada. Pre-order mine when they do bolt-ons and ECU tune. What time did you ask me that? Okay, a couple more minutes ago. Mir, check out my video on Z1's 633 wheel horsepower 93 tune Z. The car made 633 wheel horsepower on 93. Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much that will be able to turbo upgrade and pretty much a heat exchanger, downpipe, and catback exhaust. Yeah, that's still fast. 633 wheel horsepower. I'm gonna keep saying that. That's pretty much a 700 plus horsepower, 715 horsepower Nissan Z. Yeah, that's pretty freaking fast. Oh, it's pretty powerful. Before you go, do you game? No, I don't. I used to be deep into racing games. You guys don't know, but once I got a license, I stopped doing it. I let cars take over for me, like actual cars. But I used to game heavy. Also, when I get into games, I destroy them. But I know this is different now. You have streams, you have a open, open lands. Like we could all just race with each other and stuff like that. I've thought about it. Again, I've thought about making a gaming channel and maybe jumping into that and start streaming. But the thing is, I don't want to get locked into that world because it's gonna once again, it's another side hustle. I can make money from it, but it's like I like to actually play with things in real life, because when I'm in those games, man, I get into it. So, but thank you for asking. Queef, a great differential. Quaff, okay, or Gran Turismo. Oh, I miss Gran Turismo days. Oh, I miss Gran Turismo. Oh man, I've never got the whole steering wheel control and paddles. Never got that. I'm okay. I'm making 500 horsepower on my Q50. What could I do to gain more horsepower without upgrading the turbos? And if I do, I'm worried about blowing or causing engine failure. Well, that is one of the only modifications that's really left for you to do. If you're making 520 horsepower, the only way you're making additional power, from what I know, being in this community, without upgrading your turbos, is the air-to-air kit. Air-to-water kits ain't giving you additional power. Air-to-water kits, they just allow you to have more heat tolerance or more resistance to heat. That's it. You're just technically regaining or keeping consistent power. But if you're on E85, fully 85 ready, downpipes, exhaust, whatever, the air-to-air kits are only ones that I would say that is the extra modification you guys get before y'all guys do go turbo. That's it. As long as you understand the operating principle of four-stroke internal engines, you have great knowledge. Thank you, man. Thank you, James. I appreciate you, man. Top dead center. You know what I'm talking about. Um, who made James Z1 Motorsports came out with their own turbos, their own specific turbo, and it made 633 wheel horsepower and 93 fuel. and I believe them. I doubt they put MS-109 on it. I think it's an actual. It looks like they did some kind of upgrade. I don't know if it's just the turbines or whatever, uh, but they came up with their own turbo set. The OEM stock frames. It looks like their stock frames. Remember, they do everything in house now. They don't have to really buy anything from like overseas. They have like a whole manufacturing thing at Zero Motorsports now. It's insane. I have Gran Turismo for years. I have new Gran Turismo lot. And what do you think about adding LSD to Q50? Yes or no? If you're all-wheel drive, you can skip the LSD. I think it's an expensive piece. But I think you could. Most all-wheel drive guys, I believe you guys can skip it. I think that's something you get down the line when you know, like, yo, I did a lot of stuff to my car, and I just want to change up the driving dynamics a little bit. But if you're all-wheel drive, you're fine. If you're rear-wheel drive, I think you should definitely get the LSD. Q50, Q60, G37, 370Z. I think you should definitely get an LSD. I think it's required. That should be one of your modifications, like getting wider tires on a rear-wheel drive. Would that help with grip? It would help with the traction control not being as confused. But nonetheless, if you really want to help with grip, I would say I would actually recommend you, because it's a mechanical LSD. I would say go with like a AMS all-wheel drive controller over an LSD. Reason being is you can actually control how much power is sent to the front and back, and dial that in, and that would actually help with a lot of your hard launches, so that you don't spin out and the car won't go into like that limp mode type of situation. I would rather that over now. I'm only saying that because I would want you to get an LSD because it's mechanical. It always going to work. But because the ABS sensors are already kind of like, or the traction control system is like really super basic on the Q50, I think that's more of a hindrance to the driving dynamics of the car than an LSD, in my honest opinion. Some guys might beat me up in the comments, but that's just my honest opinion. Back in the V community, mods coming along, boost. Oh, shout out to winning. This is my boy, man. He's the one who had the X4M. He's been in the Infinity community as long as I have, man. And he recently got rid of his RDX because he's taking care of his family. But now he's back in the VQ game, and he got a 3.7 now, 3.7 truck. So he's gonna be doing some modifications to his 3.7 truck, and I'm really happy for him, man. I want to make a video talking about it, how it's like the reason why JDM cars are where they is because we tune it, we modify it, we're replacing parts. And what I realized with German cars, right, is you're not really doing that. Anyone's watching with German cars, you're not really doing it. Like, you're not changing as much things, like tinkering with stuff. It's just like, oh, you put a downpipe or you add some headers and then you get a flash stage one tune. And that's really it. Like, you're not messing with different pads and different type of rotors and drilled and slotted and two-piece rotors. Like, you're not doing that. No, it's just not a thing like that. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't exist like in the Volkswagen community, but like Mercedes, BMW, Audi, it's like it's not. It's like the cars are just built, and you just don't do too much to it. I realize that, but when you go to like Japanese cars or American cars, or you do this, you do that, it's so much. It's like the world's your oyster, in my honest opinion. LSD, the LSD is okay. I gotta say this properly. If you have an all-wheel drive and you get an LSD, it could help with the one tire fire. Yes, it will help with launches. So the car will sit, squat, and take off a lot better. But the ABS system, the traction control system on the Q50, Q60 is still pretty inferior. So just because you do that doesn't mean the car may not go into limp mode. Anyone who in this community knows when you launch the Q50 super hard, it like throws the car goes like into limp mode, or it says and/or transmission may overheat. That's because the rear wheels spin a lot faster than the front wheels. So they think it's like the traction control jumping in, like there's something wrong here. We don't know what's going on. Let's just pull the power, and it affects the car. With the all-wheel drive controller from AMS, they mitigate that. It controls that now. So now, if the rear wheels are technically allowed to spin without it actually going limp mode, it kind of like confuses the car, and or it can actually convert it where you would have all of them spin at about the same rate too. It's just another way of having a better traction control system. So that's what I'm saying. If you want the car to launch better without it spinning or slipping or anything like that, I would believe in my opinion that the overdrive control would be a better mod if that's the type of stuff you do. But if you care about the driver dynamics, like let's say if you do autocrosses or anything like that, or you may go to the track, then I would once again recommend the LSD. But then at the end of the day, get into getting the overdrive controller. It all depends on the outcomes you want. I'm rad, by the way. Oh, I'm a real drive. Oh, sorry. So yeah, as I said earlier, if you just missed it, screw all that overdrive talk. If you're real drive, LSD. That's it. No point talking to you anymore. I'm just not messing with you. But I'm just serious. Yeah, if you're rear wheel drive, I've always said it. No matter if you're Q50, Q60, 3.7. Shoot, if you're outside Infinity World and you don't have an LSD in your rear wheel drive, get a LSD. Period. You're gonna need it. You're going to need it. So definitely recommend it. Go on Zero Motorsports. They sell LSDs and look into it. My bad. And I would recommend getting it with the pumpkin, it all together because it's a lot easier to swap out. Also, check out Speed Cultures. Speed Cultures also, I think he did a traction concept swap, but he did something like that. But he did like the pumpkin swap too, so it's a little easier. So you don't have to do too much. Definitely check it out. And hopefully I didn't miss anything because I'm about to tap out soon, guys. I do not know, Alex. I do not know if they make that for the 3.7 all-wheel drives. And I don't know if they actually use it for the rear-wheel drive models either. I'm not too positive. But I know for the 2016 and up, they have an all-wheel drive controller. Yes, you love yes. So if you also know about Speed Coaches then too. So yeah, definitely tap in with him too. You see how he installed it. So it might be better just to do pumpkin swap rather than having to get the differential and swapping. Nah, it's just a lot easier. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Let me see. What else can I because I'm about to tap out now. I'm about to tap out. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a late night, man. I know we got work in the morning. I know that we got Halloween tomorrow. I don't really celebrate Halloween and stuff like that, but I did go to a couple of events this weekend, so this is the mask I was rocking. I don't really care for this stuff, but it's pretty cool. Did my little vibe and everything like that. It was kind of a little bit of love. Yo, I need help boost. I'm selling my 2014 Q60 all-wheel drive loaded with 94,000 miles. How much should I sell it for? My best recommendation to you, my best recommendation for you if you want to sell that car, go on the CarMax website right now and put in your VIN number, put in the mileage, and they're going to give you an estimate. That estimate is how much you want to sell the car for. And I'm be honest with you, it's easier to sell it to CarMax. Trust me, it's easier to sell it. Just bring the title in, bring your keys, and your car will be sold in under an hour. And they give you good price too. That's it. Because for you to put it on the private market, I'm telling you guys right now, before I go, if you put your car on the private market, unless it's under $10,000, it's gonna take a while to sell because people don't got the money. I'm finally seeing G37s. Remember how I was talking about G37s for a while, and they were expensive like a year ago. Again, yo, I'm seeing 2011s for like 8 grand. People are desperate, bro. They trying to sell their car. I've seen a lot of cars that they got marked up now for cheap. And I'm just like, okay, it's about that time. People are getting desperate, man. You're gonna find some deals, and whoever has the bag could actually pick up on some of these deals real fast, real soon. I'm telling y'all that. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Uh-huh. CarMax, I got you. See? Oh, Marcus, I'm about to tap out, man. Sorry, man. I'm about to tap out. But you're gonna catch this on a replay though. We talked about some shit on here. It was pretty good. This was a pretty cool live, nice little energy. Nothing crazy, but it was a good vibe. It was a good vibe. I definitely liked it. My little nephew has 15K. What do you think? 15K for a 20. The mileage is super high. Let's pull this up. All right, so you're gonna be the last one. All right, I got you, Wilfred. I got you. Trust me. Trust me. I got you right now because you caught me at the end. I got you. All right. Because I do want to tap out. If anyone's watching, if you didn't hit the like button, hit it right now. This is the price trends right now for the 2014 Infiniti Q60, right? This is the average listing price. And this is retail, not private market. So you're selling that your nephew wants to buy it for $15K. The average price right now, as of today, they're selling it for $20K at the dealership. So $15K would be a good price, and this is all depending on the mileage. So it's up to you. Get a quote from CarMax, see what they're willing to buy the car for, right? If that price is very similar to your nephew price, then have him give you the $15K because, he don't really got to pay taxes or anything like that, But if they're willing to give you like $20K because some of these places are insane, I'm sorry, you might have to take the extra $5K. Sorry, nephew, it is what it is. I'm about to tap out, guys. I'm selling my car to appreciate the info boost. Exit 140, man. I'm glad I helped you out. Definitely, if you missed this earlier part of this video live, I went detailed on different cars too. It's clean. Got you. And what's the wait with this one? I missed this question. What would be the best LSD? I don't have this one. I'm gonna honestly tell you guys, and I don't know this one. I don't know anything. Just look up the different brands that they sell on Zero Motorsports, and then look on other YouTubers and reviews on it, because not all differentials are the same when it comes to noise and quality. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's it. I'm about to tap out, guys. So I really appreciate you guys for banging with your boy Boost, man. It was really good. I really had a good time with you. I lost my voice and I regained it, and it's kind of going away. So I made it to 2 hours, man. Hopefully, if you guys are watching, you already hit that like button. I really appreciate you guys so much for always supporting. It's about to go to a new month, so we've been cooking with grease, man. You guys been rocking out with me. We're just in a corner of a room reporting the news. Y'all been banging with me, but best believe when I get another car, it's gonna be something. And for the people who made it to this part, the cars that I'm looking to replace the C63 with is number one. It's going to be either the G80 M3, E63S, or GT63S. Those are the 3 cars that I want to replace the C63 with. And the Q60, I want to replace that with the Nissan Z. So I'm still waiting patiently. And finally, the G37 talk. I want to get the G37 after I get my next car. That's honestly it. Like, the G37 is going to happen at some point. And when I do get a G37, guys, that's watching, I don't think I'm even do all that stuff I want to do anymore. But I'm saying that. I know one thing I'm going to do when I G37 coupe, coils, spaces, or in wheels, and that car is just going to be clean. That's it. But outside that, guys, you already know what to do. Add me at boostinmotion on G and Facebook. Also, my email is boostinmotion@gmail.com. Otherwise than that, guys, I appreciate it. You guys have a good night. Thank you guys for banging with your boy Boost. You guys have a good day. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.